Hey, what is up everyone? It is Jake Pimentel here from Pimetechnology, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my full review of the LG G6. So this is LG's successor to the LG G5, which was not a hit. They basically decided to completely go away with what they did with the LG G6 and move on to a more glass and aluminum design. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see if the LG G6 really improves upon the LG G5. Giving some of these specs of the LG G6, we have Android 7.0 Nougat running on this device. It also has a 3,300 milliamp hour battery, which does pretty well. We also have 32 gigabytes of storage, which can be added with a micro SD card up to 2 terabytes of storage. We also have a 5.7-inch QHD display with a 564 ppi, and it also has an 18:9 aspect ratio, so this is something a little bit different. It's a more thin display, or a more narrow display you call it. It also has a 5 megapixel front facing camera and a 13 megapixel rear facing camera. So I'll go more into depth with some of these things once we get more into the video, but these specs are pretty good for its price range at around $700. Today, the biggest thing that consumers look for in a smartphone has to be the camera, and the LG G6 is no slouch when it comes to that. So on the back, we have a 16 megapixel rear facing camera and a 5 megapixel front facing camera, as I mentioned. So basically, it has two cameras on the back, as you can see. One is a wide angle and one's a normal angle, both 16 megapixels. So as we can see, we have the normal angle here, and it goes ahead and takes the photo pretty fast. And there we go, we can switch right ahead to the wide angle camera. I love the wide angle, I'm a huge fan. It really allows you to get some wide and fancy shots. So the camera on it is pretty good in my experience. The only issue I'd have to say, is the focusing. The best focusing LG phone I've ever used was the LG G4, which had an amazing focus, laser focus on it. But this one's no slouch, it still does a really good job. The front facing camera is pretty good at 5 megapixels, but it is a little bit, I would say, pixelated all the time pretty much. So I'm not a huge fan of the 5 megapixel front facing camera, but it isn't bad. And here's some of the modes that you have on the phone. So we got an auto, a panorama, a 360 panorama, a food, a pop out, all these different modes that I know a lot of you guys will enjoy. I love the food one. You also have tons of different settings such as 4K video and a bunch of whole different things you can change to. So overall, the camera is pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some shots that I took on the phone. I've only been using this LG G6 for about 2 weeks now, but if you were to use this phone for an extended amount of time, especially with the black color that I have here, it also comes in a platinum color, you are going to get scratches on the back of this phone like it is crazy. If you're looking for a good case for your phone and you like putting cases on your phone, I recommend the Poetic cases. These are awesome cases. They're super inexpensive. Right here, I have the carbon fiber carbon shield case, and then I also have the blue Poetic Revolution case. So these are both awesome cases, highly recommended. Poetic makes some extremely well made cases. I'll leave a link down in the description to where you can buy those. Now, if you're like myself and you prefer to have a more thin and naked device, I recommend that you go ahead and pick up a D brand skin. I have the new Dragon series here. The texture on the back feels awesome, and it adds a lot of grip to the phone, and it comes in a whole variety of options, so you can personalize it to what you like. But basically, this allows you to still have a thin and sleek device. You can show off that G6, but you'll still have that protection against the scratches on the back. I'm going to leave a link down in the top of the description where you can go ahead and pick up a D brand skin. Another thing that brings a lot of people to the device that they want is the screen on it. So basically, this is no slack when it comes to the screen either. It has a 5.7-inch QHD full vision display is what they call it. I have to say, it does just look really nice. As you can see here, you can barely see any pixels at all because it does have 564 pixels per inch. So that is quite a bit per inch, and you're really not going to see those pixels. It also has an 18:9 aspect ratio, so what this means is that it's going to have a narrower feel to it. So while a lot of the games and apps aren't updated to this ratio, LG does a great job with its software to make sure that it still fits the full screen. So overall, the screen is very, very nice, and I absolutely love it. I know myself and many of my friends and many people in general also love to play games on their phone, especially kids. Well, the LG G6 does a pretty good job when it comes to gaming. Now, there are a few flaws. I noticed that the loading times on the games were not that great, and I think it's due to the little bit outdated graphics chip that it has inside of it. It's not the most up-to-date, and I'm a little unhappy with that. But overall, the gaming performance on it is pretty good, but I'm a little unhappy for the price tag that you pay. I really do expect more, but playing simple games like Subway Surfers that I'm playing in the video, it does a really good job, and you really have no lag at all. But I would say that there is lag when you're starting it up. In some more intensive games, it just does not do as good of a job. So for the price, I'm not really happy with the gaming performance. I wish it was a little bit better. I have to admit, my favorite thing about the LG G6 is probably just the size of the device, to be honest. I personally use an iPhone 7 Plus on a daily basis as my daily driver, and this G6 fits inside of the iPhone 7 Plus, and it has a bigger screen. So the narrowness of the device just really helps. And here I have the iPhone 7 Plus against the former LG V20, and as you can see, it is about the same size as the iPhone 7 Plus. So LG did a really good job by cutting down on the overall footprint of the device while also having a big screen. Overall, I am a huge fan of the LG G6. I think LG did a lot to actually improve upon their devices. But do I feel it is one of the best phones on the market right now? No. I feel like the S7 is maybe a better device. I personally haven't got it yet, but we'll probably be getting it very soon, and I'll have a review on that. I know you guys have been requesting that. But yeah, I am happy with the LG G6 for what it is. If you want to go ahead and pick it up, I do recommend purchasing it from Verizon Wireless. Verizon Wireless actually hooked it up and allowed me to review the device. So if you guys want to go ahead and pick this up, I do recommend you get it on Verizon. They have the largest LTE network in America and one of the fastest. I know I get insane speeds at my house. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like up down below. Also, comment down below what phone you're rocking, and definitely leave your impressions or your comments about the LG G6 down there. I love replying to you guys. And definitely subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so that you can stay up to date on all my latest content. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Smile because you and technology are amazing, and peace out.